Hello, Professor. I am going to show you how to create an assignment very quickly. There are two possible ways. You can click on the plus sign here on your module. You can click on New Assignment, give it a name, and indent. And then once that assignment is created, you can go and modify the placeholder and all the information needed in the assignment. Another way to do that is go directly to the assignment, click on the plus sign, and once you have given it a name, you can start working on the directions. I have provided an assignment template that if you want to copy paste this standard placeholder and then add your directions, you can come to the edit, you can come to the HTML, you can select all, you can copy, then you can bring this here, you go to the HTML, you paste it, you go back to the rich content, and here you start typing your directions, particular about the assignment. Once you finish doing that, you can determine how many points in what category this assignment will count towards, how the points and the percentage or the complete incomplete will be displayed, and then this box is very important. If you want to have students submit their work online, you can pick online out of these four options, and then you can specify the alternatives they will have. They can input their text, they can attach a URL, which could be a Google document, then they can do a media recording if it's a production or a response, or they can upload a file. You may want to specify that the documents that are allowed are the Word documents or PDFs. Pay attention that it is allowed documents. Then right here underneath, you have the possibility to compare and contrast for plagiarism the documents, the file documents that have been submitted. So I recommend that you keep it to standard paper repository and that you decide whether you want the students made aware of their result either immediately or never. I typically put never because that information is for me, and should I have a report from Turnitin that comes that it's very high, that is plagiarized with a high mark, then I would approach the student privately and show him the report. This option here only becomes available when you pick online submissions, and that allows you to assign this assignment to a group. Whatever the number of students are, when you grade this assignment, then everyone in the group receives the grade at the same time. Or if you want assigned individual grades, then you would check this box. This part here allows you to give your assignments a very unique setting, which is have peers review each other's work. If you check that box, you can either automatically assign a reviewer or manually assign a reviewer. I tried it only automatically assigning a reviewer. Then I typically do it one-on-one. Everyone gets a reviewer, and I typically want to protect the identity of the reviewer by checking this box. So what that does is, like, when the student opens the assignment, on the right hand side he will see a title that says you have been assigned this document to review, and he has to submit first, and then he will be able to access whatever work another student submitted to review. And that's how the process goes for them. So at the bottom here, you have the same settings as the quiz. You can determine who you assign it to, different sections of your class, different students of your class, different groups of your class. Then here you put the available date, the due date, and until when you want the assignment to be finished. I want to bring attention to something. Once you click finished, believe it or not, this is the only time that you are allowed to add a rubric to this assignment. So here at the bottom, you would click on rubric, and if you have already made them, then you click on find them. If not, here is where you create your rubric. You type the name of the rubric, then you click on the pencil icon, you can define the criterion as content. Is going to be the first content. And once you finish, you can define here with the first full rating how many points you want that to be awarded and what it means to be a full mark for content. And then if you need another criterion, you click on plus new criterion, and this one will be for citations. And then you create the criterion, and the full mark, you describe what is considered full mark. Then let's bring our attention to the bottom of the rubric. If you check the box that says use this rubric for the assignment, then when you are in the speed grader, you will be prompted with this same thing, which if you start clicking like this randomly, this will act as a calculator. You click submit and the student gets a grading. It's very friendly and many teachers like to use that because it just gives very accurate feedback. If you don't want to use the rubric, then you check it off and then you're all set. Create the rubric and your assignment has not only the right settings, but also the right rubric attached to it. Hope it was useful, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me.